Hey everybody, hope you're having a wonderful week. It's almost Friday, Thursday evening, and I am looking forward to the weekend. I have some fun plans ahead, so I hope that you are too, and that you have some time to relax and just enjoy yourselves. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is taming that inner critic and how to let that coach have a little bit of control. So I know you've all been anxiously waiting for this video because learning this skill is so helpful to have. It's really changed my life. So I'm really excited to share it with you. So as we discussed over the last couple of weeks, your self-talk is the most important factor in your success. Right? Those thoughts that are going on in your mind all the time is really what's driving you. And as we talked about, sometimes you're really aware of those thoughts that are happening and the direction they're pointing you, and sometimes you're not. So that inner critic and that inner coach, those are both those voices in your head. You know, that's your self-talk. And if you're thinking, I don't have voices in my head, that's the voice in my head that I'm talking about. So the purpose of the inner critic is to keep you safe, and it's done a really good job at that for most of your life. You're here now, it's done a great job. And the purpose of the inner coach is to allow you to feel good and to really help you move forward in your life. So they both serve a really good purpose, but as we talked about before, that inner coach is often a lot louder. So how do we tame that inner critic? And I hope I said that right now, I'm second guessing. The voice of that inner critic is often louder than the coach. So how do we tame that inner critic and have that coach be control and be that one that's driving us and moving us forward in our lives? Right? So take a minute to think, if you haven't already, or if you haven't been following the other videos, who or which one of those voices, the critic or the coach, is showing up more often for you. And whatever answer you're coming up with, that's perfectly fine. I definitely have experienced a lot of my life with that inner critic running the show. And now, after learning these techniques, I've really been able to allow that coach to show up more often for me and really start running the show, which has so many great, amazing outcomes. Hi Yella, nice to see you as well. And everybody else that's here, it's not showing me who else. Alina, yeah, thank you for joining. So how do you tame that inner critic and allow that coach to be in charge of your self-talk? There's a couple of things that you can really do, starting with acknowledging your thoughts and acknowledging the emotions that go along with it. Because this is not about pretending like they don't exist, because that doesn't work. If we shove down those thoughts and shove down those emotions, they may go away for a little while, but you bet that they're going to turn up again next time you're feeling stressed out or something that triggers them. They're just going to show up, and that monkey is going to be screaming its head off. I did not bring my monkeys today, or else he would be screaming right now. So acknowledging that critic and the emotions that come alongside it are one of the first steps. And the other aspect of that is really allowing yourself space to have room for something else. You know, we've been so used to this critic being there and running the show all the time. So we've got to give ourselves permission to believe that there can be something different. And really the critical aspect of this is then making the choice of which one you want to listen to more, which one is going to be most beneficial for you, and one that's actually going to help move you forward. I mean, you can make the choice. You can choose to either stay listening to that critic, or you can move on and start listening to that coach more often. You get to decide, which is the amazing part. And then you have to implement actions aligning with that choice that you've made. We all know how to keep aligning with the critic. Most of us have been doing that for a long time. So how do we start aligning ourselves and implementing actions to listen to that coach? Well, there's a couple different things you can do in that aspect. Gratitude is amazing to shift your mood at any time. And that comes with practice. And what I'm actually going to show you next week is how, a simple technique to how you can teach that coach to be that stronger voice and how to make those choices that are really going to move you forward. Because the more you strengthen that inner coach, the more it's going to show up for you. The more you consciously do this, eventually your subconscious mind, that coach voice, is just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and really start being in control. And it's going to happen automatically for you. And eventually, you're going to be thinking positively and having that coach show up for you as a habit, just like the critic does for you right now. So how would it feel to be able to have that coach showing up for you more often, or every single day, numerous times a day, cheering you on and supporting you and moving you forward instead of that critic? Pop in the comments, like, what do you imagine that looks like? Or if you're experiencing that now, share what it's like. What is it doing for your life? How has your life changed since that coach has showed up for you more than that critic? I would love to hear. So please share. And definitely jump on my live next week as well, because that's when I'm going to actually do a demonstration of a quick and easy technique that you can do to train that coach to show up for you more often. It's simple, easy, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. So I can't wait for that. Thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to share in the comments what it's going to be like for that coach to show up for you all the time. I can't wait to hear him. Bye, guys.